Hey everyone, and welcome back to WTFn, Weekend Tech Feed News,
Yes.
Which is the episode where we sit down and talk about the weird random stories that we really didn't get to throughout the week, but we just kind of all toss them in there like a big goulash.
Yes.
So let's start with report. Large team working on Apple's smartwatch. We've been kind of hearing some rumblings about this, but it was all but confirmed this week when we heard that there's a team of 100 designers working on the iWatch.
Yeah, and I mean, the reason why we didn't cover it is because it was still rumors at that point.
Right.
So we don't, sometimes we do talk about rumors like the Xbox and PlayStation, but we didn't cover this one yet because there wasn't enough substantial information for us to feel comfortable in covering it. But I think, I don't know, if it's real, I say bring it on. I mean, I'm wearing, right now I'm wearing, you know, a Nike Fuel Band and a regular wristwatch. I do have this on me all the time. I love it. I wish it did more, and I hope if Apple is working on a product like this, it can do more.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be kind of the year of wearable tech. There's been some, there was some article out there this week that was like, would you rather wear Google glasses or a smartwatch? And probably more people would lean towards a smartwatch. But yeah, I mean, it would depend on the price point for me. If it was cheap, like I might get something like that. But
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't pay like iPhone prices for one of these.
Yeah.
Unless it went underwater. You listening, Apple?
Yeah.
Put this underwater. If I can swim with this thing on, you're sold.
So, kind of also related, an Xbox founder commented this week that Apple could destroy Microsoft's Xbox business in the blink of an eye if it wants. I mean, that seems...
I mean, well, okay, so what he basically said, and this is a direct quote from him, he said, Apple, if it chooses to do so, will simply kill PlayStation, Wii U, and Xbox by introducing an open 30% cut of game ecosystem for Apple TV. That basically, he's talking about how Apple TV doesn't really have apps. Like, if they had Angry Birds like they do on the phone, it would destroy. It would destroy everything that these companies are doing. They put millions of dollars into developing these games, and since the apps in the App Store have been introduced, it's created a whole new like gaming system. I mean, I play more games on my iPhone than I do on a 3DS or Vita. You know, it's just there. It's cheap. It's easy. And there's, I don't know, some of them are more fun.
Yeah, but it also seems like it's still apples and oranges, right? I mean, inevitably the type of game you would be playing on either device would be very different, not necessarily cannibalize each other.
But I also think he's coming from he's also coming from the place where everyone for a long time said mobile gaming is something you should never worry about. And now mobile gaming is an actual threat. So there you go. You have that.
Interesting stuff. Our next story is kind of a 90s flashback thing.
Yeah.
You want to do this one?
BuzzFeed it up. All right. So there's this Tumblr out where they've taken all of these old Geocities sites and put them together so you can look, because Geocities no longer exists. It was the internet in the 90s. And Yahoo took it down a couple of years ago. So this site has been crawling through the internet database and is pulling up screenshots of deceased Geocities sites. Like there's this one that is an abandoned Babylon 5 site, which a lot of them are. There were a lot of abandoned Babylon 5 sites. Also, something that I noticed was every site is under construction.
Yeah. It's like either fan sites of stuff that was popular at that time, or like random people's like school projects or something that they had to build a website and maybe in some cases didn't finish it.
Yeah, there are a lot of trailers for the special edition of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Coming in 1997 or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious to check out. It's also part of a larger sort of research project, internet research project. So it's like it has some larger context around it, but it's also like really hilarious.
It's also awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next there was this guy. Someone hacked a local CW station's emergency alert system to broadcast about a zombie outbreak. So what happened is someone managed to not only hack the system, where, you know, because normally, that's pretty cool if you can affect the scrolling text on top of the screen. But he actually got a voice broadcast to go over the air saying that the zombies are not going to, you know, I can't even do it justice here. Just watch the video. It's pretty awesome.
Civil authorities in your area have reported that the bodies of the dead are rising from their graves and attacking the living. Follow the messages on screen that will be updated as information becomes available. Do not attempt to approach or apprehend these bodies as they are considered extremely dangerous.
The best part about this video was that it interrupted the Steve Wilkos show.
Ugh. Why would you do that? It's the Steve Wilkos show. There's so many affairs.
I know. I would be so angry if I was sitting at home, you know, enjoying my little day off, daytime TV watching, and I didn't get to find out the startling conclusion of that cheating episode.
I know. Spoiler, she cheated. She always cheats.
I think both of them probably did.
Yeah.
But this actually wasn't the only zombie story to come out this week.
No, it was not.
In the Canadian House of Commons on Wednesday, this debate erupted about an international zombie preparedness strategy. Did you know the context to this one?
Yeah, so Atlanta, I think for giggles and ha-has, the CDC released a zombie preparedness video or something. And it spread to Canada because they were basically like, what happens if the zombies come over the border in Canada? They're not gonna stay in America. We need to be prepared. We're Canadian. We need to hit them with maple syrup and Timbits.
And the idea was that, you know, we need to have a strategy in place so that if there is a zombie invasion, it doesn't turn into a full-on apocalypse.
Right.
You can nip it in the bud.
I want to say categorically to this member and through him to all Canadians that under the leadership of this Prime Minister, Canada will never become a safe haven for zombies, ever.
Yeah, it's wow. The video, it looks like he's just filibustering or he's just wasting time.
Yeah.
So nothing happens. But if Canada does have an actual plan for zombies, I really do sincerely hope it involves maple syrup, Alanis Morissette, Kids in the Hall.
Yeah, just another reason to move to Canada, right?
Yeah, right? Tom Green. Yeah. There is a viral sensation taking the world by storm called the Harlem Shake. Guys, this needs to die, basically. So what it is it was a song by Bauer from 2012, Harlem Shake. A couple of guys, I believe it was last year, did a video, and it took off this week. It starts off with someone in a mask. Our producer really, really wants us to do it. So she put this right here, and
I don't get a helmet.
Yeah, I know. Well,
is that just your dancing helmet?
See right now, and the music is playing. And Frank, our editor, really wants me to dance to Harlem Shake. I'm not gonna do it. I just think it's dumb. I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Like I said, I'm not gonna do it. It's stupid. It's a stupid idea. This is a stupid idea, Lauren. I'm not gonna do it.
It's also actually not the there was an actual dance to the Harlem Shake back in like 1981 or something, but this version of the Harlem Shake is just kind of like flailing your limbs wildly. But we don't do that kind of stuff here.
No. Glad it's over. Let it die, internet. Speaking of letting it die, that is the end of this week's edition of WTFn. I'm Scott.
I'm Annie.
And we will see you guys next week, or actually probably in a couple hours.
Yeah.